Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Cambo Campbell.
New year, Nelson. Would you say new show? Or same show we've been doing for years?
Same show we've been doing for years.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We don't have to change anything.
We could make it better.
Nah. I reckon let's just like go out on a high that we've been on the last few years.
Oh. Just keep... Wait, this is a high for you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I mean, what would you even improve, Nelson?
Differing opinions, I guess. I would improve the wage. If we could start with that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Because I think that's where... It's kind of one of those catch-22 situations, I think. You know, or... No, what's the... Right, not catch-22. Chicken or the egg situation.
Right.
I don't know. There's a phrase here that I can't find. Which is like, if we get paid money, maybe we would put in more effort.
Yeah.
But we can't get paid money unless we put in more effort. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Or what about this? Improve the wage, make the episodes shorter.
Oh.
Talking 20-minute episodes, Nelson.
Okay. I'm into it. I did think, what if we just, when we record our episodes, we just cut them in half and release them.
Yeah. But not
so one episode lasts 2 weeks.
Not tactfully. Just at the exact halfway point.
Exact halfway point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be funny. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. This first... Wait a minute. Oh, actually, this is a quick shout-out to Gone Fish Caking, who I think has recently posted another one like this. I just forgot. So they've cross-posted to our subreddit from the subreddit r/one-liners. And I remembered, a while ago, I just kind of started the show with like some one-liners of dad jokes or something. And I just stopped.
So you're bringing back an old favorite at the request of Gone Fish Caking.
Gone Fish Caking. But it was originally by Ender's Game Reviewer. I heard Trump is going to ban shredded cheese and make America great again. That's good.
It's a fun little one.
It's just a fun little one. He would ban cheese, shredded cheese.
He'd never ban cheese.
He'd never ban cheese. No.
I feel like that's probably 80% of his diet.
Seems like it, doesn't it? I wonder what he does eat, you know? Like, what's his crutch?
Well, reportedly a lot of Diet Coke.
Oh, okay.
And
isn't that's like an American thing in general?
Yeah.
I found that funny that
really
like in the rest of the world, I think like even just like Europe as well, Diet Coke not so much a thing. In America, it's like almost as big as Coke, maybe. I don't know. Write in, you tell us. We're way bigger into the Coke Zero.
No sugar, yeah.
Yeah. Is it Coke Zero now?
No, that was the old name.
Yeah, but didn't it go back?
I think it is now Coke Zero Sugar. So they've combined Coke Zero and Coke No Sugar.
Yeah.
To be Coke Zero Sugar, which is such a boring name.
Is it just in Australia? Because I'm pretty sure what happened, right? Okay, so if you... The whole idea of Coke Zero was it was zero sugar. No, 0 calories. But in Australia, we use kilojoules, which is a lower amount. So like your... so Coke... Coke Zero has 0 calories, but like a few kilojoules. So you couldn't say Coke Zero because that's not technically accurate.
Yeah, it was like 4 kilojoules or something.
Yeah.
It was really small, but not 0.
Yeah. So then they changed it to Coke No Sugar, which doesn't roll off the tongue very well. And then some marketing genius was like, guys, why did we not just say Coke Zero Sugar? And then, anyway.
And then they fired him, but then they were like, he is right, though.
He is.
We fired him for something else. He was stealing from the company.
That stationery isn't cheap. All right? Anyway, so...
On his way, I said more like Coke Zero Stationary, because we knew that what he was doing.
We had CCTV footage of him, and he was caught in the act, and then that's when he made the joke, because otherwise, obviously, he wouldn't have.
But again, he is right. He's right about the name.
He's right about the name. Great name, actually. Anywho, let's get into this one. This is cross-posted to us by Cynic728, and it was in the subreddit. Am I overreacting? Now I think about it. I really should put this in the advice one. Anyway. But it was originally by Positive Working 3041. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend keeps farting on me. I know the title sounds ridiculous, but my boyfriend keeps farting on me, and I'm thinking of breaking up with him because of it. I, female 26, have been dating my boyfriend, male 28, for about a year now. He is lactose intolerant, but still eats dairy. Yeah, sing it. That's me, baby. Eats dairy and lactose, so he is always gassy and having stomach issues.
It's weird that we found Alan's burner account.
Yeah, it's funny.
As if you're 28.
Yeah. And the saving grace for me, because otherwise this so far is spot on. No, I don't have stomach issues. I'm just gassy, a little bit gassy. Jesus is so good, Gambit. Anyway, he has a gross habit of farting near and around my face any chance he gets. Usually 4 to 7 times a day. And in bed every night without fail. He'll fart under the sheets multiple times, then pull the sheets/duvet over my head and start laughing. I have told him how much I hate this, and it makes me feel quite ill because the smell is so strong, but he will not stop no matter how much I beg him to. I'm not too sure if it's a maturity thing, but I'm getting really sick of bringing it up with him and being shot down because he says it's a joke. I don't find it funny. It makes me feel sick, and I'm getting very annoyed. What do I do? Is this like a normal joke people do? Please advise. I'll do the first little edit thing, I think. Edit, I'm adding this edit now because I have already gotten a few comments. I will further explain what he does. He has given me pink eye/eye infections more than 4 times because he has farted on his hands and wiped it on my face. Jeez. I'm sorry. It's so bad, but it's so stupid. Jesus. What is this child? Okay. He says he sometimes doesn't wipe after number 2 because he doesn't need to. Whoa. And says he gets clean from showering anyways. He Dutch ovens me when I'm sleeping, and so sometimes I legitimately wake up with the sheets over my head. I'm sorry. I wake up, oh my God. I wake up with the sheets over my head, inhaling his farts. He also farts loudly in public and then will say, oh my God, ew, you farted. To make me embarrassed. Okay. We have an otherwise great relationship. He's very kind and caring and really loves me, but I genuinely don't know if I can stay with him because of this gross habit and poor hygiene. He is hilarious. That's what I've
can't take it away from him. A good gag is a good gag.
It's a good gag. Yeah.
The most concerning thing here, obviously, if you've told him to stop, he's not stopping. That is concerning. Yeah. The most concerning thing is that he doesn't always wipe because he gets clean from showering. Now, unless he's going straight from the toilet to the shower.
Yeah.
I go, okay, well,
yeah, I'm trying
maybe wiping would be double handling.
I'm trying to think if I've ever pooped intending to have a shower straight after and not
wiped. Yeah.
I think I still wipe.
I would too, but if someone told me they didn't, I'd go, okay.
I guess so.
Yeah. But that's the only situation in which I think you could get away with not wiping, unless there's a secret bidet that she's not mentioning.
Yeah, that's true.
Even then, like, you wipe it a bit.
Then you've got a wet butt. Yeah, I have a feeling he does not go straight from the... How much of a burden is it to wipe your ass? And he's like, I'll just wait till I shower.
Oh, how much of a miraculous pooer is he?
Yeah.
So he's like, I keep wiping,
nothing there. I have heard that if you kind of crouch on the...
elevate your feet slightly, I believe.
So your knees to your chest kind of thing.
Yeah. Like primitive man probably would have when it was just a hole in the ground.
Yeah. Squat and a roll. Then less wiping is required.
Yeah.
Maybe no wiping. So maybe he poos like that.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
No.
This guy sounds super gross. But anyway, also hilarious. Here's the update though, Cambo. I am truly disgusted and have honestly never experienced anything like this. I don't know where to even begin to explain what happened this morning. I told my boyfriend we need to have a serious discussion about our relationship when he comes home from work. He left this morning and I had a pit in my stomach the whole morning. I felt absolutely sick knowing I had to break things off when he would be home from work. To preface this next part, he lives in my apartment with me and has been living with me for the past 3-ish months. And so my name is on everything, lease, utilities, etc. I decided to deep clean my apartment as a distraction. I can't really explain that the type of bed frame I have. It's like a bed base and has fabric draping over the sides so you can see under the bed. But if you lift it up, there is about a 7-inch gap.
Yep.
I hope this makes sense.
Yep.
Probably not important, let's be honest. At all, actually. I've read this before. It's not important. I lifted up the fabric of the bed frame to clean out anything that had fallen behind the bed, etc. When I tell you there were legitimately 3 water bottles filled with urine, I genuinely fucking lost my mind. I have never been so repulsed by someone, and the sheer laziness and poor hygiene makes me sick to my stomach. I have never felt so blindsided. The comments opened me up to a new perspective and helped me understand this is not the man I thought he was. At that moment, it was over for me. There was no way I would even entertain an explanation from him. I just wanted out. I've packed everything of his in garbage bags, including the 3 disgusting bottles of urine, and left them in the hallway. I don't care if people take it. He is no longer my problem. Right. I sent him a text saying we are over and his things are outside, but he hasn't read it yet. I'm hoping he will just leave and go back to his parents' house and I won't have to speak to him anymore. I'm honestly distraught. I cannot believe I put up with this for so long. Thank you for all your comments and advice and helping me see things clearly. I still love him and I'm honestly very distraught about the whole situation because I've been with him for almost a year, but it's just too much for me to deal with. Yeah, I probably won't update again, but I'll see what happens about blah, 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 blah. Okay. Crazy. Crazy.
Okay. I don't want to sound too judgmental, but the thing that really clicked at me at the end is when she said, I've been with him for almost a year.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really not that long.
Yeah.
That's like, sure, long enough to start loving somebody.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, not like deeply fall in love with somebody. Like,
not life-changing.
Yeah,
you couldn't imagine your life without them.
Yeah, like you could conceivably get another partner within like a month. And I don't think anybody would judge you that hardly.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, I had a breakup. And someone go, oh, gee, how long was it? About a year. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. I remember when I was like a teenager though, and a year felt like the biggest milestone with a partner. I was like, whoa, 1 year. Anywho. But yeah, this is crazy. I can't imagine being so lazy that I would just rather pee into a bottle and throw it under the bed.
It's so gross.
It's so disgusting. Do you know what's so funny? Actually, this reminds me of a time where I was on a road trip with my friend to we were going to Adelaide. And we were in one car and his aunt and uncle, I think, were in another car ahead of us. And I was driving at the time and he didn't want to lose them, but he needed to pee. And I was like, dude, it's fine. We can just pull over.
Yeah.
We've actually, the road we're on is just straight.
Yeah.
We're just straight till we get there.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, just keep going. I don't want to lose them. I was like, okay. Anyway, so he hopped into the back and then peed into a bottle. And then the funny thing is they stopped, I reckon, 10 minutes later on the side of the road. And then he threw the bottle into the wilderness, which I was also like, that's made it just even worse.
Yeah. Odd series of choices.
Yeah. Yeah, and so anyway, that's pretty gross. I've never peed in a bottle though. Have you ever peed in a bottle for any particular reason?
I don't know if I have. I would think I would remember.
Yeah, I think so. I would imagine if I tried,
Too big.
the urine would go everywhere because of my huge penis.
Yeah.
But okay, even if I had an average size penis, which I don't, but even if I did, I still feel like the risk of getting it everywhere is very high.
Do you without being too descriptive, like an airlock into like an international space station?
Yeah, that's what
Do you create a seal like that?
That's what I'm wondering, if that's how you do it.
Yeah, because you're right. Because just aiming in the top of men don't aim very well.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You'd need to.
Yeah, you couldn't have even a small gap. No. I think between the bottle and the top of penis. But yeah, I suppose if a
funnel would work.
A funnel, yeah. Cup your hands.
And real tight either, no gaps.
Yeah. Anyway, my point is, this guy's probably peed on the bed slightly with his.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyway, he's gross, and glad you left him. All right, let's move on into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is cross-posted to us by Gone Fish Caking, but it was originally by Lollipop Chainsaws. What's a sound that you absolutely hate?
Probably the sound of your partner peeing into a bottle. Wake up at night.
Yeah, that
kind
little
of dribbling noise.
Yeah, I think so. Sound that I hate is the chewing sounds.
Oh,
that really gets me.
Really mouthy sounds.
I can't. Yeah, it's sort of particularly chewy, and swallowing actually maybe, it's so tricky, right? Because I'm around people all the time that are chewing and swallowing, and it's not their fault. But I sometimes, especially just at particular times, I think it can get to me more.
Right.
Where I'm almost like aggravated about it. I'm like, ugh. But I know I can't say anything to anybody who's chewing and swallowing near me.
Yeah, stop eating.
Yeah. Let me eat, and then I'll go to a different room, and then you can go. Yeah. It reminds me, actually, thinking about sort of gross behaviors, it reminds me of another post I read on Reddit ages ago. Another girl complaining about kind of the habits of her partner that was gross. And he used to chew with his mouth open. And so much so that... and she said it came from his family. Like, they would just...
Eat with their mouths
open. But to that point where they're talking as well, and so they're spitting out food. Right. And she said, the last time she went there and decided that's it, I'm not going to be with this guy anymore, is he was dribbling food down his chin and stuff.
Wow.
But she was nobody was saying anything around the table, and they were all doing the same and talking. I was like, man, that's so disgusting.
Yeah,
I said that's so gross.
I knew someone that I guess would be the complete opposite of this, is that every time she would take a mouthful of anything, she would cover her mouth.
Oh,
as she did it.
Yeah.
Which is the extreme opposite, do not look inside my mouth.
Yeah. We have a friend that even sometimes when he talks, he puts his hand in front of his mouth.
Yeah.
And I find that really interesting.
Yeah. Well,
if you're closer to him.
I wonder what it is.
Which I think it's mainly meant to be a polite thing or something. He's I don't want to be close to you and breathing on your face or something. Or maybe he's self-conscious about, I don't know, bad breath or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's a bit strange. Is there a sound that you absolutely hate? Camber, you can't say that about Stacey's voice when she's getting angry at you. I think what we should do is we'll cut that bit out of the show.
Yeah.
And not this explanation of that, but
and it will appear as if I didn't say it.
Yeah, it appears he didn't say it. We'll leave this in just in case people think there's some sort of weird audio glitch.
Yeah.
But pretty rude, Cam.
I think, look, there's probably an example of something I've forgotten, but I think I'm pretty good with the sounds. Like, everything you described, I acknowledge that they're gross.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of sounds that, like, completely disinterest me, like ASMR. Mm-hmm. I understand, but, like, completely disinterests me. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't disgust me either.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like,
that's
there's a lot of, like, mouth popping and stuff in that.
So the opposite of that, do you think there's some sounds that are soothing? Because, yeah, obviously ASMR can be, like, close mouth noises to a microphone.
A lot of whispering and
but ASMR kind of covers more than I think that. So
Certainly,
do you think there are sounds that you enjoy then?
Oh yeah, like Rain on a Tin Roof and stuff like that, like the classics.
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do just like white noise in general. Uh-huh. See, I think Ellen, my partner, doesn't really like white noise so much.
Yeah, it's like static white noise. Yeah. I don't enjoy quite as much, but like natural white noise, for lack of a better term.
Right.
Ambient noise, I guess you'd say.
Right, yeah.
I enjoy much more. Like distant thunderstorms, really nice, rain, a lot of weather, I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I thought I'd just go through some comments, see what... see
if any of them trigger me.
Yeah, maybe. Odd Hyena 9704, my own voice in a video.
We're so used to that.
So used to it.
Yeah. My voice in my head sounds like my voice out of my head.
Yes. I think that's happened to me now too, is that we've done this for so long. Yeah. There's been plenty of times where I've listened back to our recordings where I don't have that disconnect anymore.
No.
Which I think is so interesting that you can get used to it. You end up just being like, oh yeah. You kind of like adjust your hearing, I guess.
I don't know what it is exactly.
It's really
strange.
There's
no difference to me anymore.
Yeah. Headbag4489, my alarm waking me up. Yeah, true. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Funnily enough, I would sometimes get annoyed at my alarm, like in previous, I don't know, when I was a bit younger or something, I guess. But Ellen made me change my alarms to, I've got a Pixel phone. I'm not sure if that's across all phones or whatever, but there's an owl that like hoots. And it is surprisingly, it's like the perfect kind of ramp up and sound to wake you up, but not be annoying. There is literally no other alarm that kind of does it the same way as this owl hooting. So if you've got a Pixel phone or maybe just Android or I don't know, whatever, try and get the owl hooting. I highly recommend it. It's actually very good. Malgreave said fork scratching on a porcelain plate.
Yeah, that can sometimes send a shiver up my spine.
Yeah.
If it hits the right
part
of the plate with that really high-pitched screech.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay, this one. Yeah, in the right circumstances by Cinnabon6. Kids screeching or yelling.
So over the Christmas period, went to a family Christmas lunch at like a public restaurant. Mm-hmm. The one we picked had a big playground for the kids.
Yeah.
So all the nephews and stuff all went to the playground, and then there was a bunch of other kids there as well.
Yeah.
And one kid was just screaming.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing. He was just standing there screaming as loud as he could.
Yeah. Isn't it great to be a kid? When have you just been able to sit and scream and, no one really say anything to you about it?
And I hated being this guy, but I was doing the old, where is his parents?
Yes. I feel like somebody should be. Actually, it's funny you say that because the last time I was out with my nieces and nephews was for my sister's 40th birthday. And we were at a pub, but we just so happened to be on the exact opposite side of the playground. And so the kids went over there, and then we didn't really, we were just like, they'll be fine. They're old enough. Yeah. But if one of our kids had been just screaming the whole time, we would have been the parents that weren't there and weren't caring.
It was loud enough that you would have heard on the other side of this restaurant. This kid had some pipes. Impressive.
Yeah.
Certainly impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Anywho, all right. Let's move on into Today I Advise.
So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play these through that.
Today I Learned.
And also sometimes advice.
This Today I Learned is by Festina Lente, 123. Today I learned using machine learning, researchers have been able to decode what fruit bats are saying. Surprisingly, they mostly argue with one another.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that so interesting?
Wow.
I didn't do much research into this because obviously I never do. But I just thought, I kind of read some of the comments because I was like, normally some of these things are debunked really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, where they're like, oh, actually, if you read the study, they, made so many assumptions that nothing came out. But there was no comments or anything like that to say, there was debunked. Actually, people were just joking about the fact that, like, oh, that's just like humans. We just argue constantly.
Yeah. No, we don't. Oh.
Yeah.
I love the idea that there's some kind of science grant that they need to use the money for by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or they won't get that grant again next year.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there looking out the window at a couple of bats that look like they're arguing. And it's going, wah, 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 wah. You're like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Here's how you can use 30 grand.
Yeah. So interesting, though. Like, I love that they have, in one way or another, been able to use machine learning to just, I guess it's like they've mapped behavior, like movement, and then the machine learning is like listening to the sounds and then sort of capturing the corresponding movements and what that might mean. So still, obviously, there has to be some assumptions made. But it seems like they were pretty confident with it. And it was like arguing about food, arguing about if somebody's too close to them, they sleep in like a bunch. Like
right.
And it was like if one's too close, and arguing about something else, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it was really interesting, really incredible, and it makes you think, right? Well, it made me think. We've got, like machine learning is really interesting, and it is allowing us to study things in a way that we haven't been able to study before. And I just thought this was such a great example of that, and how I feel like humans are always at the point where they kind of think we know everything.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit more to discover. We might think we're like 90% of the way there the entire time. But then we learn more, and we learn ways to study differently, or, something comes up that we're like, oh, actually, we can dive so much deeper into this. We can learn so much more. Yeah. I think it's really interesting the way that machine learning is helping us do that.
What you've described to me represents kind of the religion versus science arguments. Whereas religion's like, yeah, we know it.
Yeah.
It's done.
God.
Yeah.
Why is this? God. God is why.
We know the answers, and it's God. And science is always, it's similar. Like, what if we knew more? And like, no, we'll burn you. Yeah. We'll burn you if you do that.
I've got another little Today I Learned here. It's by Tyrion 2024. Today I learned in 2012, an 11-year-old boy disappeared while shopping with his mum, and then made his way to an airport. After he passed 5 security checks without a passport or boarding pass by tagging along with a family, he was able to board a flight from Manchester to Rome alone. He was discovered after takeoff. Isn't that awesome?
It's crazy that it happened in 2012. Because if you said this happened in the 90s or anything pre 9/11, you did just walk onto a plane.
Yeah. That's what you got to watch out for. 11-year-old terrorists.
Yeah. Oh, don't give them ideas.
Oh, no. I kind of wish that I knew at such a young age I could get away with more.
Yeah, and this also speaks to the idea that a lot of airport security is security theatre. It is there to make you feel secure more than it is there to work.
My brother has, I don't know how relevant this is, a tattoo on his arm, and it's in Arabic. and it says something along the lines of, one of the frayed strands that holds together our tattered society is that justice must be seen to be done. And he got that after the kind of like war in Iraq and stuff, which is, was a bit of a farce, basically. And it's the same principle, right? So that quote is talking about justice being seen to be done, but also same with security. You just need people to be seen to be doing something without actually really doing anything, which I reckon it would be so interesting. And again, talking about maybe machine learning or things being able to calculate things that humans can't, is seeing how much more damage something like security being seen to be done does versus if you had no security. And not saying that you can't have no security because, that's part of the problem. But
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
think that there is a lot of, people that take advantage of a system, people that are harassed
Oh, yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, there would be groups of people that would have a way easier time traveling.
And you just wonder how much, is caused by that fake bit. Oh, the cat's up. Oh my God.
Hang on. I gotta let the cat out of the room. Go on, man.
Thank God. There was a non-0% chance that I was going to die then from being
Yeah, he would have
scratched
attacked you for sure.
scratched to death. Yeah. Anyway, pretty interesting. I think this is really a life pro tip. Just can somebody do this? Just try walk onto a plane. Let us know how far you get. All right, now it's time for shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, thoughts, thoughts.
This shower thought is by Layla Rang. Nope, that's it. Layla Rang. One of the real deals when humans meet aliens would be who will be the first to have sex with them. I reckon it wouldn't take long, don't you reckon?
Yeah, it happened so quickly.
I reckon.
As soon as you knew you wouldn't die.
Well, I think people would be like, I'll take the risk regardless.
Like if it was like a praying mantis situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like once they mate with you, they'll eat you.
Yeah.
Who in popular culture would you put as would give it a go? We've discovered aliens.
Yeah.
Someone, they said, we like all your people in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
We
Who
want,
doesn't?
we want to mate with one.
We'd say, yeah, we all want to mate with one.
Who, yeah.
Join the queue, I'd say.
You're not getting special treatment.
Yeah. And
Who do you think is freewheeling enough? They're like, yeah, all right.
I mean, it's Russell Brand, isn't it?
It probably is Russell Brand.
Yeah,
And honestly, they could kind of take him.
Yeah. I think we'd be like, hey, Russell, you do it.
Yeah. You test this out. Did anything happen? No? No. Try again.
Yeah, I think Russell Brand has that history.
Yeah.
Otherwise, okay, we've got the male. Who's the female?
I don't know. I feel like they maybe have a bit more respect for themselves than Russell Brand.
Russell Brand is pretty low
Yeah.
on the list. I can't even really think who it might be. There's got to be someone that's like,
You know
even
what?
altruistically.
This is a
We're
bit-
thinking about the dregs of society, but let's think about somebody who's like, I'll do it
Like someone like for science.
because I have to
Yeah.
for humanity. How about the girl who discovered the black hole? What a black hole looks like.
You did so good on the black hole thing.
Yeah.
We just have one other thing. We've got Russell.
Aren't you interested?
Russell, we didn't even have to recruit. He was ready.
Yeah. He's
And-
actually already had sex with one of them. We don't even know how that happened. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. Wait, am I getting confused between her and... Oh, actually, you know what I was thinking about? Is the woman who came up with the vaccine that had to do with, like, I don't know, the protein or whatever, yada, yada, for COVID, actually.
That's a wild thing to get confused. Was it black holes or was it COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
Which one did they
Because
do?
I think the black hole thing was, like,
Yeah,
a team.
and
I don't know. I feel
presumably, like... Well, yeah, discovering the first black hole and discovering the theory of black holes, I guess, are different things as well.
Well, and it was like
Black
what
holes
it
have been
looks
known for-
like. Is like there's lots of research
the photograph,
into
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember. Anyway, look, if they were both women, we'll ask both of them.
Yeah. One of them's going to do it.
Okay. How about Oprah? I think she'd be up for it.
Now, she's too rich. She doesn't have to do shit she doesn't want to do.
Yeah, but I think she could make a show of it, kind of thing. You know, like, wouldn't you be interested?
She's not still on TV.
Yeah, but she could be. There's always a comeback.
Do you think that she's trying to get back on TV?
Yeah.
And she can't.
And
But
she's like,
guys.
maybe alien porn is the... No, I'm not suggesting
Someone
we
on
would see the sex. I think that she would, like, interview the alien beforehand.
I think there's enough niche categories on, like, OnlyFans
Yeah.
that you'd find someone.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it wouldn't really be hard, let's be honest. All right, this one's by Admirable Style, 4656. Undercover boss relies entirely on the premise that most people have no idea who they work for.
Yeah, if you're low level enough, that's true, though.
You know what? I reckon I don't entirely know. Well, mine's a bit of a slightly different situation, I guess, ultimately.
Yeah.
But I don't really know who I work for.
I mean, there's one particular person.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Aside from that, aside from Santa Claus, I've never said that before. But, you know, like, who's below him? I don't know the head elf.
Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. I think, I reckon it's not that unrealistic.
Like, we used to both work for the same company, and we knew who the CEO of that company was.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have if for the first year or two.
Yeah, and
So-
and even then, I feel like CEO, there's like board members and stuff too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, yeah, first the undercover boss thing is usually the CEO.
Yeah.
And in big enough companies, you wouldn't necessarily know. Because that company was small. The cinema company was ultimately quite small.
Yeah. Okay, you used to work for an office supply company.
Oh, yeah, I'd have no idea.
Yeah.
I would have
There you
zero
go.
idea.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
And if people did know you, it was like, well, this guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
I see the CEO of this company. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's right. And do you reckon they have to put a memo out just in case there's knowledgeable employees? They have to put a memo out before the undercover boss thing. And it says, hey, if you notice the CEO is working alongside you, don't say anything.
Yeah. I reckon
Just apropos of nothing.
I've met enough CEOs in my time at different companies that they're all so similar
Yeah.
that I reckon give me a day with one. I'm like, you're not right.
What I think is
You seem to speak with extreme confidence but say nothing. It's really weird.
Yeah. You've been talking for 45 minutes and nothing has been, nothing of substance has come out. What do you reckon, though? Like, do you remember watching the Undercover series? It's been ages. I don't know. Is it still airing elsewhere? I don't know. This is kind of
I've never watched it.
a recent show, I thought, but I remember Undercover Boss probably 15 years ago.
Yeah,
It's been
for
a
sure.
really
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time. But I remember thinking, like, sometimes, and it's kind of the joke, is that they can't do the most menial tasks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll be like, hey, restock this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Wow. So I think there's that chance that the CEO who doesn't have the opportunity to just talk crap for so long, he's had to do a menial task. I might be like, oh my God, we've hired a
this
moron.
guy's a CEO.
Yeah. Anywho, let's move on into podnapping. Oh my God, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing and we do it ourselves. Here's the problem I've run into is I came up with a Podnapping ages ago and we didn't end up doing it. So now I can't find...
That happened to me.
Oh, I got it.
That happened to me over Christmas. I had one. I put it together like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. And it's like, great, this will be perfect just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Could not find it.
Yeah.
So if I find it by next Christmas, that's a freebie.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, now I've got it. Never mind. This is Podnapping, we nap a pod. We take a topic, conversation, or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves. This week's my week, and I've got... this was actually suggested to us by Adam, through our Discord.
Yeah,
I think. And it was... I can't remember if it was from something else. Anyway, but it's called On This Day. And so I'm going to give you a significant event, a song, and a movie. And I think I'm going to do it in that order. And you have to tell me what year that those things happen.
Okay. Yep.
So not so much on this day, but in this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it, because you're pretty good with movies, and particularly when they were released.
Leave that one last.
So I think, I will get you to do these. Now, I obviously use ChatGPT to do this. And I verified like maybe 3 or 4 out of the 9 or 10 I've got here. So if some of these are wrong, sos. But I was like, after 3 or 4, I was like, nah, they'll be fine.
They wouldn't lie after 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's not how ChatGPT works. Anyway, okay. So the first one, significant event is the dissolution of the Soviet Union.
1989?
No.
No, that was the Berlin Wall. I'm getting confused with the fall of the Berlin Wall.
So maybe you're in the right.
Yeah, I reckon I'm in the right. Yeah.
Okay, the song is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
1993?
No. All right. You see, a last chance, Cam, but I feel like you'll get it. Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
1992.
91.
91, is it really?
91, yes. And this is one that I did check, so you're wrong. That's funny. I thought you knew everything about movies. I guess you're a liar. Big fat liar.
I've never claimed that.
That's like the one thing you claim.
Just because I'm wearing a t-shirt that says, ask me anything about movies, I know everything.
Yeah.
It's just a fun gag.
Okay. Like one of those. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Significant event is Sally Ride becomes the first American woman in space.
Ooh. American woman in space. Knowing America, it would have taken them way longer than you think to do that. Is it like in the 80s? Is it like 83?
It is 1983, came back.
Is it really?
I can't believe that you got that. That is wild. You got it in one go. That is so
and
insane.
it's just like utter distrust of America to have done it any earlier. They were in space by the 60s.
Yeah.
Arguably like the late 50s into the into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it still took them 30 years to be like, can a woman do it?
I don't think they can because woman. There was also Billie Jean by Max Jackson and Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Significant event. Osama bin Laden is killed in a U.S. Navy SEAL operation.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say 2010.
No. Song, Rolling in the Deep by Adele.
Yeah, this doesn't help. Here's what I'm trying to work out. Mm-hmm. The movie Zero Dark 30.
Okay.
About the assassination of Osama bin Laden. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2012.
Right. You do know all about the movies.
But I also remember it wasn't crazy long after it happened. I can remember that movie came out pretty quick.
Yeah. They had actually filmed all of it except the final assassination bit. Now, like, it's bound to happen sooner or later.
I just don't know how quick. I feel like a year is too quick. And I went with 2. So I'll say 2009.
No. What did you say first? You said
I believe the movie came out in 2012 about the assassination
Right, okay, yeah.
of Osama bin Laden.
And you're saying 2009.
I said 2010 first,
Yeah.
saying, oh, well, that's 2 years to make a movie. And I remember
Right.
it was pretty quick.
And so you've gone 2009.
9.
No.
All right, okay.
The movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
2011.
2011.
Did they make that movie in a year?
Apparently.
They had filmed it all except for the ending,
Apparently.
apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I trust your movie knowledge.
Well, that's
so
true.
It could be the Zero Dark 30 came out 5 years ago. Who knows?
The reason that movie is ingrained into my memory is that you and I both work for midnight screenings.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Of that movie? Really?
Deathly Hallows Part 2, the last Harry
Oh,
Potter.
sorry, Deathly Hallows. I thought you were talking about Zero Dark 30.
There was no
they did
midnight
screenings of that? That's wild.
No, sorry, of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Big-
Those
that
Harry
was-
Potter screenings were awesome. Were we wearing capes?
I
Cloaks?
was helping out with projection, so I wasn't.
Right.
But it was one of the
Nerd.
rare times we did.
I was wearing a cape like a cool dude.
We did a triple interlock.
Yeah.
No, I think it was quadruple interlock actually.
Ooh.
Don't know if this is interesting to normal people. Occasionally, if you have when films are on film, you can only play one per cinema.
Yeah.
You got one film, goes to one projector. But if you're really desperate, you could do what's called an interlock, thread it in one projector, up into the ceiling, thread it into another projector. Kind of dangerous because if one goes wrong, both go wrong. There were so many sessions of Harry Potter they needed to put on and so few films as they threaded one bit of film through 4 projectors.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
They had to
'Cause
hire
sometimes
someone
you'll
just
still
to
get-
be there to be like, don't go wrong.
Because sometimes you get
half the
2,
cinemas.
right?
Yeah.
Like you might get 2 rolls of film.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes if you need to extend it, then you're doing one across a lot. I remember a projectionist telling me about when like Star Wars Episode 1 maybe came out.
Yeah, they would
It
have
was
done that
like
for sure.
crazy sold out. They did interlux. And she said, what happens is when you're threading from one projector to another,
Yeah.
there's little rolls on the ceiling
Yeah.
that hang down that you thread it through to
Yeah.
physically get it from one place to the other.
Yeah.
And she said they noticed like halfway through the night that there was, I think, 3 screws, like 2 or 3 screws missing from holding it to the ceiling. And it was literally shaking as the film was going through. And she said just 3 of them were just watching it. You can't do anything. You're just watching it.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway, pretty funny. Okay, here's the next one. The significant event. Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy are assassinated.
Okay. This is in the 60s.
Correct.
Now, Kennedy was dead before they went to the moon, and they went to the moon in 1969. Nixon was president by then. 64.
Nope. Song Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Beatles also didn't make it to 70, I don't think. Or maybe they did make it to 1970. 67.
Nope. Movie 2001 A Space Odyssey.
61?
No, Cambo, way off.
When was 2001 A Space Odyssey?
1968.
8.
You were so close with 67.
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
went
I
way
really
back to
doubted myself.
61, yeah.
I feel like in the way you said no really meant, I was like, oh man, I was way off.
Okay.
Not to throw the blame back on you.
I didn't realize I could throw you off so
Yeah,
heavily.
yeah.
All right.
Because I was more confident in the later 60s, and then I was like, oh, no, way off of that one. Okay, go way back.
Yeah. Okay, significant event. Bill Clinton is elected as president of the United States.
Oh, like 90... Oh, how does the election years work? Hang on. 16, and for that, 8. I'll work this out.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
then, for that, 2004, 2096. Yeah, 92?
92!
Yes!
You did the math. You did the math. 1992. Good job. The song was I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, and the movie was Aladdin. Significant event. Microsoft is founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen.
Oh, Microsoft. Big boom in the 80s, but were they around for a lot longer than that? Then they really hit their peak in I'm going to say early 80s. 81.
No. Sorry, I'm just really trying to throw you off now.
What does this mean?
Okay, the song is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Oh, is it late 70s? 77.
No. Movie, Jaws.
75?
75.
Yeah.
1975. Good job.
Wow, Microsoft were around a while before they really blew up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
guess
that's kind of always the way around. Like 5 years seems...
I was thinking if they blew up in like 87, 88, maybe it was like 81, 80. But yeah, 10 years.
But even then, like, yeah. Anyway. Okay, significant event. The hashtag #MeToo movement gains widespread traction.
Oh, okay. 20. Was this before? I think it was before Trump was elected the first time. Oh, time is such a vortex, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm so not confident that I
You're
just said
doing
that.
a lot better in this than I would have
The
done.
Me
for
Too
sure.
movement. Okay. I'm going to say 2018.
No. Song, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
And I don't know. Hang on, let me try. 2017.
2017? Something tells me it wasn't because of Ed Sheeran.
The reason I remember this is what was the movie, by the way?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, okay, I would have got that. The reason I remember this is the Me Too movement was big at one of the Academy Award ceremonies. And Frances McDormand was wearing a Me Too badge when she won her Academy Award for 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Right.
That was released in 2017. Normally, the Oscars happen the next year,
Right, yeah.
in like early the next year.
Yeah.
But I guess the movement started before. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So if the Academy Awards were in February, the movement maybe could have started in November.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay. Significant event. The first iPhone is released.
2007.
Yep. I always get confused with 2007, 2008.
Yeah, I almost said 8. I changed it last second.
Yeah. Song, Umbrella
Yep.
by Rihanna. And movie, The Bourne Ultimatum. Significant event. Motorola introduces the first mobile phone.
Oh, this would be in that early. It could be even earlier. I'll say 81. I think I've guessed 81 a few times.
Something's got to be 81.
Yeah.
No. Song, Every Breath You Take by The Police.
82.
No. Movie, Scarface.
You've already done 83. Scarface, okay. Scarface is the ultimate 80s movie. But we've done 83. Do years overlap at all?
I don't know.
83?
Yep. I said I just let you decide what the rules are. Yeah. Yes, we had done 1983 already, which was
Return of the Jedi, right?
Billie Jean, Return of the Jedi, and Sally Ride becomes the first American woman in space. Significant event. The Chernobyl nuclear disaster occurs.
Oh, late 80s. Have I done 81? 86.
86, Cambo. Good job. Yep. The song was Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, and the movie was... What movie do you think it was?
1986.
I would guess the biggest movie of the year, but I'm not that good with movies.
Yeah, I don't know, like Die Hard?
Oh, shit. If it was 86, then maybe.
That would be like 88, I think,
Okay.
Die Hard. What was the movie in 86?
Top Gun.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's all I had. Good job, Cambo. You win.
What do I win?
Whatever you want.
$1,000 in cash.
Okay. You just need to take this coupon to the bank.
Any bank?
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
They're all obligated.
Hey, what would be even crazier if I took it to the bank and then they got real scared, like, okay, just take the money.
yeah. Tell Mr. Allingham we say hello. I wish. All right. No MAs this week, so that's it for the show. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. readitpodcast, readitpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at our subreddit or the Discord. We appreciate it if you cross-post.
Yeah.
And also subscribe and like the show and tell a friend.
Oh, yeah. Also on our Discord, someone has been suggesting a game for Podnapping, but I need to order it. I think it's Geek Out or something.
I did see that.
Not as readily available here, but I can order it, but it'll just take a little while.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing the effort on that because I saw it and I was like, yeah, maybe it's good, but like,
Yeah, if it's not,
I
have to go to the
I
bank
can't.
again.
I don't have the money for that. But that's it. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.